Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. Watched my most recent paycheck to paycheck video, you know that I had some money left over that I was allocating for cash envelopes. I'm getting back into the habit of using cash and stuffing the envelopes. It's been a while and I wasn't doing it for obvious reasons due to the quarantine. A lot of transactions were being done by credit card, debit card, everything electronic, you know, to avoid as much interaction as possible between people. But I do think that it's okay and it's time for me anyway to go back to the cash system. It just keeps me in better check and I avoid more overspending than if I use credit. So credit is very, very easy to use and part with, and cash is not so easy, as at least for me personally, to part with. I tend to hold on to it and think about it just for a few seconds more before handing it over or depleting it down to nothing, whatever I've budgeted. So I have my cash here ready to go, ready to stuff, and this is going to be for the week of March 25th through the 31st. So I am going to flip to that page. I started to write out a header for it so it would just save some time. And I'm going to turn back to, here is before I have actually transferred this to another page. I want to rewrite this because this does not make me happy. I don't like the way this is laid out, but I did it for the purposes of saving time in the video that I just did for my paycheck because I had so much information to cover. I just needed to get this down on paper and tell you guys what's what. So if you look back at this, I have my Grubhub information. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, you can click on the video where I explain what I'm doing for side income right now. My job has been furloughed, so I am losing a portion of my income from now until fiscal year 2021. So from now until June 30th of 2021, I will be at a reduced pay, and it is quite substantial. So not thrilled with that, and I needed to do something in the interim also until my husband gets his unemployment. So after that, we'll see how it goes. I know that a lot of people are ordering takeout and, well, they're ordering delivery for food right now because of the quarantine, but we'll see how things progress, and as the states open and things like that, I guess really just my area has started to open, so we'll see if the demand for it stays as high. But this was my paycheck information. So here is my pay. This is my Grubhub rollover, and I explained all this in great detail. And so basically what I need to get down to is this was my remainder, $255 for cash envelopes this week. So I just wrote down a very quick header because I know I'm going to be doing this over anyway. And cash envelopes week of May 25th through the 31st. And then my starting total, I am going to write that down here again, and that is $255. So I think about this, and I think how much less we're living on right now and how much less we're utilizing, and it's really incredible to me. I know that some of that is for obvious reasons. We're not going out every day, we're not shopping and nickel and diming our budget with, you know, purchases, you know, on lunch breaks at work or after work, or doing just as much shopping, period. But the total that I needed for my cash envelopes before was always way more than this. And now this is going to do just fine. And you'll see that I have a large chunk of this coming out for a birthday gift. So we're living on a lot less. And I guess maybe that's something good to come out of this reduced income situation, is that it does kind of force you to reprioritize and think about what do you really need. So at least it has for me. So my categories this week are going to be groceries, obviously, and I just did my meal plan, and I know that I'm going to stay well within my budget this week because of what I've allocated for it. And then dogs and gas. Now gas has gone up in my area just a bit. It was down as low as, I think I might have seen it for like $1.25, $1.25, which is, that's crazy to me. But it's gone back up now, and it's $1.99. So I don't know if it's going to come down a little bit more, if it's just up for Memorial Day weekend. You know, usually when there's a 3-day weekend, gas goes up a little bit, but I'm really not sure. So I have my calculator here, and I know that I'm starting out with $255. I have some cash envelopes here that I'm going to be utilizing. And because I am out of my own homemade little cash slips, I only have 2 left. I need to make, or I just need to print out more of these this week. I'm just going to be using some sticky notes, and this works just fine. So you can use a new one every week. You can, I don't know, whatever you need. So here is the cash. I've already organized it by way of denomination value, and I have put everything in the same direction. There was a couple bills out of place when it came back from the bank, and I was like, what? I don't know. It just seems like the bank would be the place where they would have it the most organized, but I don't know, maybe not. Okay, so we are going to start off with the grocery envelope, and I went over everything that I need this week in my meal planning video. So we need some groceries and then some, because I have some things to get. Like, I take 3 different allergy medications a day. I take Zyrtec, I take something called Azolastine, which is a nasal spray at night, and then I take 4, oh my gosh, I take 4 allergy medicines. I'm getting off topic, but I take, when I wake up, Flonase. Well, first of all, I have to do a sinus rinse. So you get those little squeeze bottle, like neti pots. So then I do Flonase. And then I take, in the evening, I take everything basically, because Zyrtec makes me so tired. So around 5 o'clock, I take my Zyrtec, and then I take the Azolastine nasal spray. And then before bed, I take Montelukast, which is just singular. So this is what I'm doing literally to ward off allergies. And then the less allergies I have, the less asthma flare-ups I have. So it's a lot. So I need to get Flonase, I need to pick up my prescription of Azolastine, and I need to get Zyrtec. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, and 20. So this should cover our groceries this week. And it should also cover those extra little incidentals that I need to buy. So I'm going to buy generic Flonase because regular Flonase is so expensive. Usually I get a prescription for it, but my prescription ran out, and I'm just gonna buy generic at Sam's Club. So I have 120. And then I'm going to come back to this little sticky tab, this little sticky note, and I'm going to actually see what I ended up using, because I want to get back into that habit too. I want to do like spending tracking. So I'm going to fold this under just so it fits in the envelope. And then I'm going to stuff this right here. And I'm going to pan out a bit more because I know some people like to see the actual process. So I have 120 in there. So let's do 255 that we're starting out with minus 120. I should have 135 left. So I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1, 110, 120, 130, 131, 32, 33, 34, and 35. So I'm all good. All right. So I'm writing down here groceries 120. All right. And then for dogs, I am giving 25. That is for their dog food. We have 3 pugs, and they're so hungry. They are never full. Honestly, guys, they're ridiculous, to be honest. They're just beggars, and they love table food, and they love when we cook for them. We were cooking for them for the longest time. Okay, so 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. We were cooking for them for the longest time just because our one dog, especially, she had allergy testing, and she was allergic to things like rice. She's allergic to pork, what else? Peanut butter. So we went to a dog food. Actually, we're buying now the Rachel Ray Nutrish, and it's grain-free. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, that's bad. You know, I know that there's a lot of people who don't feed the bagged dog foods to their pets, but we do. And so far, so good. They've been down with the allergies. And I figured, you know, if Stella can't handle it because she has allergies, it's probably not good for the rest of them either. So I thought it was a win-win. You know, let's just give them all the same diet. So this is for dog food, and we've got 25. So now we're down to $110 right here on the calculator. So the next thing we're going to do is gas, and we're not going to populate this too much right now, but we're probably going to need to dip into our bank accounts for some extra, because when we're doing deliveries, when I'm doing deliveries, I do go through a lot of gas. So yeah, I'm thinking the best way to do it though is to take it out of Grubhub Pay, any extra gas that we need. Like, the initial will come out of my paycheck, which is fine and well and good. And anything above and beyond that, I want to take out of the pay maybe, because I don't want to, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it or where I'm going to take it from. We do have money in our savings. Not that I want to use that for gas, but I'm just saying it is there. So we'll see. So $30 for gas right now. And like I said, that's probably not going to be enough. That will more than fill up my tank. So it'll be, and then some. But just being real with the delivery service, what used to cut it doesn't cut it anymore. So, all right, so we've got $30 in our gas envelope. Let's go here, okay. All right. So let's subtract that on our calculator. So 110 minus 30 equals $80. And that is exactly what I'm putting in my miscellaneous. So my husband's birthday is coming up, and what I purchased for him, I put on our Discover card, and I'm gonna have to put this back in the bank, but I wanted to at least allocate it because I like organizing my money in the beginning, even if it means that I have to put some back in the bank. I know that sounds redundant, and a lot of you are gonna be like, what? But for me, I like doing it this way, and then I can just go pop this right back in the bank and I can pay my Discover bill. So I ordered his gift with my Discover card on Amazon, and I want to pay that because I don't keep credit card balances any longer. If I, hold on, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So I'm telling myself to hold on. I get so ahead of myself. But I don't carry credit card balances any longer. If I use our Discover card, I pay it off before the next statement is due. No interest. Never, 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 never. I just can't run up credit cards ever again like I used to. So this is my miscellaneous envelope, and I'm going to write myself a note. I'll take this whole thing with me. Deposit in bank on May 26th. And the reason why it's 26 is because tomorrow's a holiday and the banks are closed. So I will put this in my purse. Well, I'm going to put all the envelopes in my purse so I can use them, but this one is going to have this little note, a little reminder for myself that I need to go deposit this right back in the bank. As soon as that hits my bank, which will be immediate because it's cash, I'm going to go ahead and pay my Discover bill with this. And then my Discover bill will be down to zero again. So I love that. So that's it. That is, we can do a quick recheck. 120 plus 25 plus 30 plus 80 is $255, which is exactly what we had to begin with. And it is zero-based. I love that. I love doing a zero-based budget because it makes me give a purpose to every single dollar, and every single dollar has a job. So nothing is hanging out in my bank account or hanging out in an envelope that doesn't actually have a purpose linked to it. And I think for me, that's the best way for us to keep a hold of our budget and make sure that we're not overspending, and to make sure that we are always staying organized and on task, because that way, like I said, I don't have extra kind of floating around my bank account that I'm tempted to spend on something that it's not meant for, or something that I don't need. So that's the reason behind it. But I hope you enjoy this cash stuffing video. I'm really happy to be back into cash envelopes. I can come back at the end of the week and give you guys a little note on each one of these to let you know how I did with them. but I'm hoping that I'm pretty on the money, no pun intended, and that I have allocated correctly. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you stuck around and did so. And hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.